I would like to tell you the secret of my birth. It has never been revealed before, and although it seems unbelievable and even shocking, it is the truth. And if you look closely at my face, you will know that what I say is true. I was an adopted child. That in itself is not unusual. But this disclosure of my identity will greatly disturb the world of literature and the lesbian communities around the world. My parents were Alice B. Toklas and Gertrude Stein. My birth, April the 13th, 1933. An episode in their agreement. She said, I have known three when, that they were better than ever then. She said it does not matter then, that they were so much better than when. She said with when they resemble or resemble them when. She said with whether they will or had rather better resemble them, and so forth. This episode was not so soon finished as commenced. What an embarrassment I must have been. Stein was on the brink of her first reading tour of America, and they had become the most famous lesbian couple of all times. Adoption to Australia was to ensure that I would be lost to them forever. Quote, loving is something, anything is something, being a baby is something, not being a baby is something. Coming to be anything is something, not coming to be anything is something. Loving is something, not loving is something. Loving is loving, something is something, loving is something. Anything is something. Lock me in nearly, I quote. Unlock me sweetly. I love my baby with a rush, rushingly. But only nothing is nothing. Everything must be replaced, and replacements are only distractions. And another quote. A dog said that he was going to read. The other dog said he could learn to bark, but he could not learn to read. They did not know that dog. If he said he was going to learn to read, he would learn to read. I had read and loved Stein's writings long before I discovered my true identity. Quote, it is a pleasure to be afraid of nothing. If they have no children, they are not afraid of anything. A good many of them have only one child, and that is not the same as not having any children. If they are married and have no children, then they are afraid. But if they are not married and have no children, they are not afraid. Quote, how can it be that they would change 2 for 3? All if which they will judge it is better to stay with them. Children dream when unhappy that they have been adopted and will one day be claimed by their real parents and be taken away to live a different life. I never dreamed that, although my sister did. but I dream now. What is the difference between Mary and May? What is the difference between May and day? What is the difference between day and daughter? What is the difference between daughter and there? What is the difference between there and daylight? What is the difference between daylight and let? What is the difference between let and letting? What is the difference between letting and to see? What is the difference between to see and immediately?